Good morning. My name is Mrs. Arnold and I'm head teacher here at Framingham High School, and it is my privilege today to talk to you a little bit about our school and our community, so that when you start in September this year, you'll know some things about this school that you are joining. Hopefully you'll all have seen this phrase before: anything's possible, and that as a school is our kind of tagline. That's what we want you all to believe about yourselves, and that's our job as a school, to make sure that you understand that anything is possible for you when you are a student here with us at Fram. There's been a school here in Poringland and Framingham Earl for a long time. You'll see some pictures here. In 1903 there was a small schoolhouse for the local children, and then in 1959 the school that we see today was built. There's lots about that school that is still very similar. You'll recognise that the school gates are still the same and the reception building, but you will hopefully also see that today the school has expanded. We have our lovely sports centre, we have our in September, hopefully, we'll have our new car parking and new paths as well. We have our mugger and we have our astroturfed areas. So the school is a big school, and I know for some of you, you're coming to us this year from quite small primary schools. But we know that when you're here at Fram, whilst it might look big, that you'll soon be able to find your way around, and you'll have lots of people here to help you. So I'm going to talk to you now a little bit about our core values, and we have lots of these, and you'll see that they're down the side of the screen. So our first one is be creative. Well, what do we actually mean by be creative? Well, by being creative, we mean that we appreciate all the different ways that we might learn and all those creative arts subjects. When you join us in year 7 this year, you will be able to do all the creative subjects. So that will be drama, music, dance. You'll do all the different technologies, so that will be food, where you do some cooking. You'll do product design, which is where you will be using wood and metal to create something. You'll do textiles, which is to do with using fabrics to create your work, and you'll also do STEM, which is science, technology, engineering and maths, and in those lessons you'll be using all of those subjects combined to create some really interesting projects. So as well as in those lessons, which are specifically creative lessons, we also want you to enjoy creativity. It might be that in year 7 you join our theatre group, which is run by the Garage in Norwich. You might join the Portrait Club, where you're doing additional work in art. It might be that you're part of our fabulous dance show that happens every March, and you've joined our dance club that meets each week for year 7s. In year 7 as well, you'll have lots of creative experiences. So yes, you will be in the classroom and you will be learning at desk, but there'll be other things you do as well. Just in these next few weeks, our year 7s are going to go on a day trip to France, where they can totally immerse themselves in French culture to help them with their languages learning. You'll also, the year 7s are going to Castleacre with the history department. Again, a great opportunity for them to see a real castle and to learn about it while they're there. So it's about being creative at Fram in our lessons, in the way that we're taught, and also the way that we present our work. What comes next? Well, be positive. And it's really important that we think about being positive. It's very difficult when we've come through the pandemic and with all the things that have happened in the last few years to make sure that we've all realised that we need to look after our own mental health and well-being. So there are people here at Fram who will help and support you, but also you'll be taught ways to support yourself. Just like at your primary school, we'll have a safeguarding team, so a team of adults who you can talk to about any of your concerns and worries. And there'll also be external agencies, so if it is now that you currently see a social worker and they visit you at school, that will still happen when you are here at Fram. But being positive is all about having that positive mental health and well-being, and us being able to support you to achieve that. Respect each other. Now, this is really important to us here at Fram. We are a diverse community here at Fram. We have all sorts of different types of people. And of course, we're all absolutely different and we're all unique. And so what we want to make sure that we're doing is that we understand all the different groups in our society, and that we're able to respect everybody. It might be that you're getting involved with some of our intergenerational projects, where you're working with local care homes. Just recently, all of our students created scrapbooks for the Jubilee that they shared with local care homes to teach them a little bit about what's happening in Fram here and to share stories about Jubilees in the past. It might be that you are involved in some of our work looking at different areas of society. So you may at your school currently have people from the Ukraine who are learning with you, and we have the same here at Fram. We also do lots of work with the Norfolk LGBTQ+ project and based on racism. So we just recently had a young man come in and did a play for our students on rural racism to help us understand what it would be like being a mixed race person growing up in Norfolk. But it's all about building relationships. It's all about making sure that we are tolerant of all sorts of different people and that we understand different people's stories. Then we move on to dream big. Now, of course, that's what we want you all to do. We want you to think that anything's possible, but we want you to dream big for yourself. Lots of the careers that are out there at the moment may not exist by the time that you're in the employment market, but we want you to dream big and be ambitious for yourself. That might be about your target grades in classes. It might be about the extracurricular work that you do. It might be thinking about that career that you're going to move on to, but we're here to support you. All the way through Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4, you'll have input from us talking about your target and your ambitions. We have an independent careers advice and guidance person who works within the school, and she organises lots of different opportunities for you as young people. But we want you to tell us as well what it is that you're interested in. And in Year 7, you'll be part of the Genius Projects, where you'll each create a project that you will present to your parents and to other members of the community, which will be based on something that you are interested in. Enjoy and achieve. Now, we know that you're coming to school and you're here with us for the majority of every day. You'll be starting at, you'll be coming into school for about 5 past, 10 past 8, and then you'll be with us until 3 o'clock each day, and probably longer because you'll be involved with all of our different co-curricular clubs. And while you're here, we want you to enjoy your learning and we want you to achieve. We know that learning never stops. So I'm still learning now. There's still things that I need to learn, and we want you to feel really confident in how to learn and that to understand that learning is something which is always going to help you. So it's all about learning and achieving in our lessons and aiming for really good GCSE grades for ourselves, looking at our own targets and not comparing ourselves to maybe brothers and sisters or cousins or other people, but doing the very best that we can for ourselves. And it's about enjoying that experience as well. So our teachers will be putting on a wide range of different types of lessons for you so that you can enjoy in lesson times, but also those co-curricular activities that happen. Each week we have an activities week where you'll be able to select from a different programme of ways of learning, and you'll be out and about doing different things. But there's also those weekly clubs, like I said, the dance club, the portrait club. It might be that you get involved with Formula E, so helping to build our race car that we go and race at different tracks around the country. Or it might be that you're involved with something like Duke of Edinburgh as you get a little bit older, or some of our music groups. Whatever it is that you're interested in doing, we want to support it here in Fram. So if there's ever a club that you want to do that's not on, then let us know and we'll make sure we try and accommodate it for you. And finally, we have Be Heard. Now, I know lots of you might be nervous about coming up and being the youngest in the school, having been the oldest Year 6s in your primary school, but we make sure there's lots of different ways that you can be heard here at Fram. We have our SAFE groups. So SAFE is the Student Ambassadors for Framingham Earl, and there is 1 or 2 representatives from each tutor group, and they meet with myself and Mr. Keats, one of our assistant head teachers, every half term, and we talk about different issues and matters around the school. SAFE have a really important role to play in things like our charity events and also the issues that students are having. So if you think about the Jubilee events that we had going on here at Fram the week before half term, they were all organised by the students. It was the SAFE ambassadors' ideas that came up with doing the dressing up and the red, white and blue day and the different foods from the canteen, and they made that happen, and we're really proud of our SAFE ambassadors, and those people who are SAFE ambassadors get a trip each year as a thank you. So this year we're taking our young people to the Royal Norfolk Show. Once you get to Year 10 and 11, it might be that you join Head Teachers Council, and this is a group of young people who meet with myself once a week to again talk through student issues and think about ways that we can make Fram a better place. In lots of your subject areas, there will also be opportunities for you to share your views. It might be that you join a specialist group like the Bite Back group that looks at food, or it might be that you become a history professor and you're working together on things like assemblies. So our history professors recently did an assembly on the Holocaust and understanding the Holocaust. Our neurodiversity group did an assembly all about different ways that people's brain works and understanding conditions such as autism and ADHD. So being heard is really important to us here at FRAM. Whilst it's part of the school community, it's also part of every lesson. So you'll be expected every lesson to contribute, to share your views, to ask for help, and to share the answers that you think are most relevant. So all that is left for me to say is a very big welcome to you all and thank you for joining the FRAM community. I very much look forward to meeting you all in September, and for those of you who are able to come to our transition days later on in July. FRAM is a fabulous community to be part of. I'm very proud to be the head teacher, and I very much look forward to the contributions that you're all going to make over your 5-year journey here at FRAM. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to meeting you soon. Bye-bye.